Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting DVD and Blu ray haul. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and for this month of January, we're going to be doing, we've got a special guest since it's the new year, or as Paul likes to call it, the Moo Year. We are going to be doing a show with John Ward, and this may end up becoming a regular thing. We're thinking about that, and we'll see how this one goes.
You're going to get 3 times the collecting nerdy group, guys.
Mhm. Exactly. So I guess to begin it, we're going to do 5 Blu-rays, then a round of 10, and then another round of 10, and we'll end it. And then, I think that'll be it. So, John, we would love you to start it off, and then I'll go, and then Paul will be last.
Okay, and I am ready to go. So I got everything right here. But first, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. This is really cool. Normally I do this by myself, and now I have people to do it with. So Yay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's just hope I don't freeze. So, all right. So here I go.
Things I normally go by myself, but never mind.
I try to include friends in on those things too. Make it a group effort. But okay, so here are my 5 Blu-rays. So I tried to go for the most part as current as possible. I had 6 bags of movies. So this is a combination of Dollar Tree, Amazon, and Zia Records, I believe. So the Blu-rays, are Dollar Tree and Amazon. So the first one I have is Killing Season. That's with John Travolta and Robert De Niro.
Oh yeah, I know that movie.
It's kind of hard to
came out.
Yeah, kind of hard to tell from the front. I mean, there's De Niro, and then you have that's actually the poster, I believe, for it is the back.
Oh yeah. I remember
so
that.
So they got
poster.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool. Then I'm a big Danny McBride fan. So this was also Dollar Tree, Arizona.
Nice. Arizona.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not made by anybody really known. It just has his name on it. So, it's like, okay, cool, I'll pick it up. This was also Dollar Tree. Even though I had already purchased it on 4K, somebody had mentioned, oh, I found this at Dollar Tree. And I'm like, what, really? And I did Dollar Tree, but it's not 4K. So it's the Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich.
Yeah, nice. I have that too.
So that's there.
I didn't get it from the Dollar Tree.
So now I have it 4K.
Yeah, I have a DVD.
Yeah, I thought it was weird, but I guess since it's not full moon, so that's cool. And then now this is Amazon, and I thought it matched with the other film. So I got also Blade, the Iron Cross.
Nice.
So now I think my Puppet Master collection is now complete.
Sweet.
As it should be.
And yes. And lastly, Dollar Tree had the steel cases, those like metal boxes.
Nice.
And I found them for a few of them, and this one is Wolf's Bane.
So I've got that for a future episode.
And I got that for this episode. So interestingly enough.
Yeah, it's Echo Bridge.
Yeah, that's what freaked me out.
Echo Bridge do like the steel cases before.
Yeah, I'd never seen them because they're usually, cheapy guys.
Yeah. Well, I think they're trying to step up their game, honestly.
That's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are my 5. Those are my 5 Blu-ray.
All right. I'll go with mine since John already pointed it out. I was going to do this for last, actually, just like he did it last. But Wolfsbane, I got it on and I actually sent a message to the writer Lee Scott about it because that was cool. Like, I didn't expect that. Next on my list is a movie I got from Walmart, which was Fortress, starring Bruce Willis, Chad Michael Murray, Jesse Metcalf, and I think Shannon Doherty is in it as well. So that's an
Bruce Willis
Cool.
is becoming the new Eric Roberts. He's just appearing in anything.
anything that pays him, or whatever. The next one I got from these next three I got from Amazon. One is Ninja 3, The Domination.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm
love Ninja 3.
I'm gonna do it for What the Fuck Friday at some point this season.
Good choice.
Yeah. And then of course Samurai Cop, and we'll find out
Yay.
in a couple months why I picked that up. And last but not least is An American Werewolf in London, the original.
Great movie.
And
Always a classic.
yeah, and that will be actually on horror 80s horror films for February. So look out for that. Rebecca and I have already recorded that episode, and it was a lot of fun. We went into some really fun stuff on that one. So check it out. But yep, that's my 5. So I guess Paul, it's your turn.
Okay, so while my DVDs are kind of fairly same-ish, my Blu-rays are a real mixed bag from a lot of different sources. We're talking Dollar Store and Amazon and Book Exchange in Norfolk and a few other places. So it's kind of all over the place. But first one, we're going with a cheap stinker from the Dollar Store called The Devil's Machine. And I
Looks
don't know
like a good one for blue cheese.
It's exactly what I was thinking. So this one will.
It's got a good cover.
Show. Yeah, it's got a fun-looking cover, and yeah, that should be kind of fun. And next we have finally the Blu-ray version of Lord of the Rings, which I got at Book Exchange. Nice. It's all 3 of them in Blu-ray. So yay! Couldn't pass that up.
Director's cuts, I hope.
Let's see.
I don't think
here.
so. I don't think it's the extended. No.
I have the director's cut on DVD, so it's just, let's make this even longer. And then the next 3 are definitely movies that could fit into any one of our shows. First, we have Lucia Fulci's Enigma, a movie I've always really, really liked.
Nice.
If you've never seen this is a real wackadoodle strange film. So you could put this on What the Fuck Friday. You could put this on Forgotten Horror Classics, because this is one of the Fulci movies that kind of gets, left out when most people talk about it. Then we have one I've been waiting to find for a long time, and finally came out, and it's called The Masturbating Gunman. This is definitely a What the Fuck Friday. And this is a total wackadoodle hoot of a movie. And, if I do that for that, then I may end up using it for Sexploitation Sleazecast. We'll have to see. And then finally, Mr. Moody, you'll
never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a wackety one. Well, and then the next one, Mr. Moody should be excited. This is actually a collection. It is the Female Mercenaries on Zombie Island Connection.
Oh, I want that. Yeah. I have that in my cart. Yes.
So this includes Female Mercenaries on Zombie Island, Mad Doctor of Zombie Island, and a couple of short films, including The Misadventures of Fanny Starr and If God Should Fail. And at least the very first one has our buddy Tina Kraus on there, and I'm
nice,
a big Tina Kraus fan.
I thought you were saying that because I hate zombies, So I'm not a fan of zombies, but I mean there are a few zombie movies I can tolerate.
Yeah, no. This is Tina Kraus. This is with her Wave stuff. They put out a whole bunch of stuff that I'm trying to get my hands on, my hooves, and here we go. So hopefully next time she's down, I'm going to get her to sign this for me.
She'll be down soon enough.
Yay.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I just messaged her last night. So, and she's excited to come back and work with us some more.
Yay.
All right. So yes, that was our Blu-rays, right? That was your last Blu-ray, or
that was it.
All right, John, what do you have for your first 10 of DVDs?
Well, first, let me say, to go back to you, Jonathan, with Ninja 3, the great thing about being my age which is 54, is I got to see a lot of films in the theater when they were still being shown on film.
Yep.
And I got to see Ninja 3 in the theater in like an exploitation house in San Francisco. And it's just beautiful watching that thing on the big screen while all the bums and hookers and drug addicts are sitting around you also watching it. And those were the great days. You just don't get those days anymore. Yeah, I mean, when Canon films were just in theaters, being shown on film, not digital. So, yeah, that's a great one. I love Ninja 3.
Canning, Glow and Globus, all those guys. Dino D. Horrendous.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate that they're. Yeah.
None of us.
So now this is a combination. What's that?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about
it. So I found it weird with Dollar Tree. Now these are all, I believe, Dollar Tree. Yeah. So this first stack is all Dollar Tree, but it's like a mixed bag of stuff. It's weird. So first, and you guys probably already know this, I had no idea that Shudder had so many movies out on DVD. And that a lot of them are at Dollar Tree. So I pulled a couple. One that I've always wanted to watch. I make it sound like it's 50 years old, but it's not. Which is One Cut of the Dead.
Okay. Cool.
And so that I want to watch. And then I'm one of those people, because they're only $1. If I can find the films with the slip jacket on it, I'll just replace it and then just sell the old one without the jacket. So this is one that I rebought yesterday, which is the VFW.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I saw that. I almost.
And that's got its.
Oh, yikes! I think you froze.
So it's nice. The slip jacket looks really nice. Oh, am I okay now?
A little bit. Yeah, I think you might be a little off, but it's okay.
Keep rolling.
So there's that. So I replaced one copy with one copy. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I'm going to show this. All of us are familiar with Thomas J. Churchill.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Day of the Living Dead.
Oh, okay.
So another zombie film that he's done.
Nice.
And then, so that looks good. Now we get kind of into that mixed bag area where I love, she's number 3 on my list for like actresses that I absolutely love, is Mary Elizabeth Winstead. And I found this Alex of Venice with her right on the front.
Cool.
And which also has Don Johnson, Derek Luke. So it's got some people in it. Nice. But I think it's more of like a drama or a dramedy. But I just think she's gorgeous, and I really like her, so I picked it up. This is another one. Yeah, and this is another one I picked up because of who's in it, and I just thought I got to get this because of the 2 actors, William Shatner and Christopher Lloyd. Senior moment, and there they are driving in a car. They're with Gene Smart. But I thought, how can you not get a movie with both of them in it? I mean, that'd be weird not to buy that.
I have that.
Yeah, haven't watched it yet.
It's pretty good.
Okay. And then, of course, because this is the woman who I would have married in 2 seconds, I had to pick this up, which is The Very Best of Television, the Betty White collection.
Aww.
Love.
Aw, poor Betty White.
And it's got, it has 40 episodes of Life with Elizabeth and 20 episodes of Date with the Angels.
Oh, wow.
So I guess it's 40 episodes on 3 DVDs, 17 hours, 15 minutes.
Nice.
So I thought that, and it has its slip jacket on it, which is nice. I like that. The next one I basically got because of Mila Jovovich. I'm not a big Ben Stiller fan, but the movie itself was okay. I actually, for $1, found Zoolander out of all the movies. It's Paramount. I thought maybe it was MGM because they had a whole bunch of those out. But Zoolander's okay. The sequel is okay. Ben Stiller is
Yeah, it was
okay, but
kinda meh.
it's Mila playing the bad guy. So
Yeah.
so I picked it up just for her. This is one of those collections that has, well, it's one movie, but you get like two others with it. So this is In Control. I like that it's got its slip jacket. But the other two movies are Hologram Man and The Silencers. And I got it for Hologram Man, which
Okay.
I believe was on Red Letter Media, like Worst of the Worst. Bless you.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
So that's why I picked it up was for that. And plus I saw this when it originally came out, I think on like VHS. So got it for that. And then the other two are bonuses is how I look at it. Hologram Man.
Man. Okay. Hologram Man. I got to check that out if I see it.
Yeah, it's pretty hokey. I think it came out around the time of like Lawnmower Man. So it's like those type of effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
And then the other two are interesting. It's in one of those. Once again, it's got one of the metal boxes on it, and it's
nice.
And it's 6 Gangland Classics American Gangsters 2 DVD set, and it's got on it like Angel on My Shoulder, The Hoodlum, Lady Gangster, Gangster Story, Gangsters Inc., and Dark Mountain. So it's a total of roughly 7 hours.
Nice.
And it's from Pop Flicks. So I'm assuming maybe these are all public domain, maybe, but it's got the metal casing on it. And the last one is kind of the same thing. It's Big Tough Guys. And it's also that metal. So 6 classic thrillers, 2 DVD set. And disc 1 is Beat the Devil, which is a good one. That's John Huston and Bogey. The Chase, Quicksand. They Made a Criminal Out of Me, which also has the Dead End Kids. Borderline.
Oh, nice.
And a film I am dying to remake. This is my bucket list movie to remake, and I'm still thinking of doing it, hopefully within the next couple of years, is the original DOA.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's a noir classic.
Yeah, Edmund O'Brien and Beverly Garland. So this is the first of 3 because there's two remakes of it, and I want to be the third remake. So
make it the best remake.
These are I would like to, yeah. Well, I'm a fan of all of them. Color Me Dead is the second one in the 70s. It's Australian, and then of course DOA with Dennis Quaid. But I grabbed these immediately. It's like $1, all Dollar Tree.
Can't beat that.
So
Nope.
No. So that's my first 10.
All right. So we'll go into my first 10. But that was a great haul right there. So to begin with, we're gonna do I'm gonna do my 4 only Dollar Tree ones I got, from here. But first is Canadian Bacon, starring John Candy. I think it's his last role. Then a movie that I've been wanting to see, just haven't had the opportunity yet. I don't know. So it's called Lions and Lambs. It's supposed to be a really good movie.
That's a great one.
Yeah, John,
that's a Rob Reiner film. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard about it. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I don't like it's a political film, Tom Cruise, and it's basically how the elites never have to go fight. Instead, they send like poor people, and we see battle and politics together. It's really good. It's a great film.
I'll definitely have to check it out sometime. All right. Next is The Shed.
Yay.
I've been wanting to kind of get that. When I saw it, I was like, and a Frank Sabatella, who I've actually met at Texas Frightmare, and I'm a big fan of. He had done a Danielle Harris movie back in the day that I really loved, and so I'm anxious to see this. And then my 4th Dollar Tree and last Dollar Tree one was All Hallows Eve 2. That didn't have.
Oh, nice.
It didn't have Art the Clown in that one. It was artless. So let's see. Next is a movie that we were thinking of doing for Indie Film Cafe this season, but then things came up and we weren't able to. So maybe we'll do it eventually. But it's Twisted Justice, starring
Trauma.
yeah, it's Trauma, starring David Hebner, Shannon Tweed, Karen Black, Jim Brown, and Eric Estrada.
There's a cast right there.
Yeah. Now the next two I got from what's the Second and Charles, and they are two. Or one of them's a film that Paul introduced me to, and when I saw it at there, I had to pick it up and have my own copy of it. Is The Attic Expeditions? We reviewed this already.
Pretty good.
Seth Green, Jeffrey Combs, Ted Raimi.
Three guys I never would have thought would be in a movie together.
Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper's in it briefly.
Oh, wow.
He's in it. It was insane. It was a great movie. But it's definitely a great movie, and I'm glad to have it on DVD.
Yeah.
So another movie that resembles a little movie that we already reviewed called Frozen, Adam Green's Frozen. There's this movie that was made in Russia, I believe. I'm not sure exactly. I think it's Russia. It looks like it's Russia, but it's called Break. And it looks very similar, at least in that story of like being on a snow, thing and being high up in the thing and all that. So I showed Sarah it, and she said for me to do a comparison of Frozen and Break.
One thing I want to point out real quickly is that when we did Attic Expeditions, that was a movie that I found at the dollar store on one of these very same haul videos that we do. So you never know what you pick up, how it could lead to one of our shows, because we find diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, definitely. This isn't a diamond in the rough, but this next one is a movie that I was I wanted to get, which was Amityville Uprising, and I watched it, and I was actually very shocked. I enjoyed it so much. I think John,
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it too.
10,000 Amityville movies.
I know. We actually want to do an Amityville show sometime. I guess we can say that, right, John? Like we'll plan to do that at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then these two last.
Yeah. I mean, I just bought 6 Amityville films, so I think I'm all caught up almost.
You're doing good on yourself. I'm not. I need to pick up more. So these two next ones are blood ones, that I picked up from Amazon. One is called Bloody Tease, and it's written by Eric Spudic, who I'm friends with.
Oh, yeah.
And it's directed by Brad Sykes, and was it David Sterling produced it? Alina Madison is about the only person I know in the cast. So there you go. And then the last one is another David Sterling produced movie. It's called Blood Legends, and stars Mitch Tolles, Randall Malone, Sin Devil, and
Sin DeVille.
And produced or directed by Rusty Nelson. I've never heard of him, but Jed Rowan's in it as well. So Jeff Dylan Graham. Oh man, I can't.
Yes, Sin DeVille was a scream queen, minor scream queen for about a couple decades, and unfortunately, she died a couple years ago.
Oh, that's sad. Do you know what she died of?
I don't remember. But she was in a lot of B horror movies.
All right, so your first 10, Paul.
All right, so my first 10, I usually save my best for last. So the first is going to be kind of a mixed bag of dollar store stuff. So the first one is from the guys who made Final Destination, and it's called Sleep No More.
I have that. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, okay. So that's good to know. Next is something called 3 Lives, and it comes with a lot of bonus features and featurettes and a director's bio and a script talk and all kinds of extra little good stuff. So I love it when they put in extra goodies. Next, which looks like a very stinky, cheap little sci-fi movie, and it's got David Arquette, at least for a hot minute, and it is $20.99, The Soldier Protocol.
Nice.
Yeah, so it looks kind of cheap and silly, so we shall see. Next is a movie I didn't know much about at all, but it looked like a fun cover, so I grabbed it, and it's called Scarred.
Yes, Tina Grimm's in that.
Yep, she is.
Yeah, I own that as well. It's really good. It's fun. It's a fun slasher. I know you're not really a big fan of slashers yourself.
Not so much, but I'll give it a try. Now, this one I did want to see because from the producer of Bone Tomahawk, which I loved. I thought Bone Tomahawk was an amazing film. And it's called The Standoff at Sparrow Creek. And it's got the nice little slip box, which is cool. And it's Henry Dunham is the director. And yeah, so this looks like it'll be very interesting. Then the next group, we have something with Brian Cox, The Bay of Silence. If you can see that one.
Sort of. Who's it got in it?
So let's see here.
Nobody famous?
Clays Bang, Olga Kurylenko, Brian Cox. I get the impression this is probably a foreign film. Oh, Alex Krieg is in there.
Cool.
All right. Next we have one. It bills itself as Game of Thrones meets Vikings. I very much doubt that, but we'll see. And it is The Hunt for Vlad the Impaler.
Nice.
Oh,
couldn't pass
that's
that
cool.
up. Yeah, so that should be fun. Next we have a horror western. I always love a nice mashup like that, and it's called Dead West.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Directed by Jeff Farrell.
Cool.
Let's see, 2 more. We have one. It is called Stalked with Rebecca Rogers. And looks like a chick revenge kind of movie. And then finally in this group, I have something with James Christian and James Russo called Cerebrum. Looks like a sci-fi silly kind of movie.
I'd watch that.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you. All right. So John, you're last 10.
All righty. So these are none of these are Dollar Tree. They are either Zia Records or Amazon. So we got Dune World, Mark Polonia.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And that's SRS Video, and it's got the it's actually directed by Anthony and Mark. So his son too, produced by Ron Bonk, and written by John Oak Dalton.
I could just imagine a Mark Polonia Ron Bonk Dune movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's like shot in like some just like broken down junkyard or type of thing. And so I haven't watched it yet.
Silly but fun, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean the cover's decent. So Dune is in giant words, of course, while World is tiny, Hey, honey, I found the new Dune movie. Look. No, idiot. It's Dune World.
A new Dune movie. It's not, not the new Dune movie.
So while I'm rearranging. Yes. Yeah. Amityville Dune World.
But guys could throw sharks in there somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm rearranging my apartment, which means I'm rearranging all the movies and all that type of stuff. And I was trying to figure out what series don't I have that I should have. And I found the Final Destination 5-film collection.
Nice.
So it's all 5 films. So, and it looks like it's just from Warner Brothers. So they're good quality. I'm not happy how they kind of they just kind of shoved them all into one thing.
Oh no!
So it's 2 per disc, and they just went, yeah. So it's like, oh, good way to scratch this shit.
Yeah,
But,
I never like it when they do that.
Well,
That's why I always separate my DVDs and Blu-rays from the DVDs from the box, and I put them in sleeves.
That's probably a good, yeah. So, but at least it's all 5. So, this next one I just got the other day. A friend of mine, Ken May, he was in Meat Hook Massacre 4. He played the bartender. He made his first feature film, which is like a kind of like a future sci-fi anthology type of thing that he did all the short stories. So I thought I would support him, and that's called Future Fear.
Nice.
And that is produced, written, and directed by Ken May. Director of photography, Ken May. I don't know if you guys know who Clint Beaver is, but he's in it. So there's a fair, like Nicholas Grant, who lives out here in Vegas, is the visual effects guy. It's Wild Eye releasing. So, but helping out a friend, supporting a friend. So
we love Wild Eye.
And we love helping out our indie filmmaking friends.
Yes. And this is one that I thought of doing 2 episodes of Reviews After Midnight. It's not Dollar Tree, but I did. I think this was eBay is where I got this. But it's a double feature, and it's Firehead and Space Mutiny.
Nice. Oh, Space
Mutiny, classic. And I remember, they're now playing it off as Plan 9. So before, and of course, Mystery Science Theater did their own episode of this, but now they're doing like one of the worst sci-fi movies since Ed Wood's Plan 9. It's got like a little alien guy on it and says Surrender, and then there's the aliens down there, where before it had Webb Brown was on the cover, and it looked very Battlestar Galactica.
Right.
So now they're playing it off more as like a comedy type of thing. And Firehead has Martin Landau. Christopher Plummer is in it also.
Nice.
But I remember both of these being pretty bad, so I thought these would be good to maybe do for Reviews After Midnight.
Perfect.
And that'd take up 2 episodes. So, Echo Bridge. So, and look, they did it right.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. So, what the hell, Warner Brothers?
I know it's bad when Echo Bridge can do a better job with their packaging than Warner Brothers.
No. Well, Echo Bridge actually listens to the fans who buy the stuff. Warner Brothers doesn't give a fuck. They just want your money. Like, that's what all studios want. They just want your money. They don't give a fuck how they do, especially with those like lower budgeted movies or whatever. Like even Final Destination, they'll just be like, screw it. We're gonna, do it all
bitter
right.
Mr. Moody.
I'm just saying. I mean, independent people really care.
Just saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. The next one is I don't know, Paul, if you're a Stephen King fan, but I know Jonathan and I are. So I picked up Stephen King's Bag of Bones.
Nice.
I never saw or read that
with Pierce. It was a I believe it was a 1-night thing. It could be 2 nights, but I think it was a 1-night thing. That was like a 4-hour night, or it could have been like 2 nights at 4 hours, or 2 hours each. Deleted scenes. That's it for this one. But it's directed by Mick Garris.
Nice.
So
Mick did a lot of Stephen King stuff.
Yeah, I find.
He was like.
I was gonna say I find Stephen King to be very hit or miss. When he hits, he's really good. When he misses, it's pretty bleh.
Well, this is one of those things where I've heard it's very I haven't watched this, but I've heard it's lackluster compared to the book. That they changed a lot, but it's got like Melissa George is in it, and Annabeth Gesh is in it. Matt Fuhrer, who is I've mentioned this on my own videos. I love when actors return to Stephen King films. So when you have somebody like Kathy Bates that has been in like 3 of them, and then you just keep and she's an Academy Award winner, and she keeps being in Stephen King movies. I love that. And now, here's Matt Fuhrer once again. So, of course, he being Lawnmower Man, and he was in The Stand, and now he's in Bag of Bones.
Nice.
So
he's trying to
Jason
compete.
Priestley is in this.
He's trying to compete.
Yeah, I think so.
Kathy Bates.
Bag of lawnmower man bones.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I felt like when I got done watching the sequel to that one. Now, this was a treat to find because I found this at Zia Records. And I always like Bigfoot stuff. And I'm like, oh, Bigfoot, I haven't heard of this. At first, I thought it was the Bobcat Goldthwait film, that Willow Creek.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, no. This is Bigfoot Creek. And it's Wild Eye releasing, which, as we know, means they probably changed the title. This is Dustin Ferguson's The Legacy of Boggy Creek, retitled as Bigfoot Creek.
Oh dear.
And this makes no sense. Not the worst cover, but it says it is still out there, which means nothing if this is a single movie. Now, if it was called The Legacy of Boggy Creek, since we've had a few Boggy Creek films, it is still out there would make more sense.
It irritates me that Dustin Ferguson is all over my. I love the original Boggy Creek. It's one of my favorite movies. Stay off my Boggy Creek, Dustin Ferguson.
Yeah, and it's I'm like, oh wow, who made this? I see down here, produced, written, and directed by Dustin Ferguson. Oh. Now, I actually liked Legacy of Boggy Creek. I thought it was okay. The thing that I find funny with Dustin's films when they are on Wild Eye releasing, when I find them used, I can find a used Wild Eye film made by somebody else. It normally goes for like $9.99. Whenever this is now the second one from him that I have found, Alien, what's that shark predator one that he did?
Oh, Apex Predators, yeah.
Apex Predators, yes. Both like $4.99. But everybody else's that are used are like $7.99, $9.99. All his stuff I've noticed is $4.99.
I wonder why.
So of course
$4.99 too much.
So I had to pick it up. But I do have to point out, it is one of his films that I enjoyed. So I will say that. The next one I've never seen. I purely got this based on the cover and all that. So I'm judging a movie by its cover. It's Candyland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We bought that. We've bought that before ourselves, on the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
Don't recognize Gary Busey. So, I mean, I recognize him, but yeah, purely got it off of the cover alone. That's really it, and just kind of what the synopsis says on the back. So
Gary Busey,
I have no idea if it's any good.
One of those guys,
this is one
I'll watch it.
that
you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, are you good, John?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. There you go. I waited. I saw that it said unstable, so I waited. This is one where somebody put on Facebook as their favorite films of last year. They said The Spore. And I'm like, oh, The Spore, that sounds interesting, because I came up with an idea just simply called Spore. And I just happened to be in Zia Records, and there it was.
Nice.
And the film is awesome. It's got all these great, like, it's, I guess, kind of a combination of visual, like the visual effects and like real effects, but it is really good. And yeah, so I was really glad that I found it. So I highly recommend this to people who want kind of like a low budget, kind of like end of the world type movie.
Yeah, it looks like it could be a real fun guy.
Yeah, well, at least it wasn't sporing.
All right, guys.
This I was really excited about. This is another Zia Records ones. I always look through their collections, and this is 12 movies Fright Fest. And I got it for a couple of reasons. It has Evil Behind You, which I've never heard of, Jack Frost 2.
Oh yeah.
Diary of a Serial Killer, which I haven't seen, but I've heard of. Devil in the Flesh 2.
Yeah.
The Fear Halloween Night. So Ron Ford did the original The Fear. So I've been looking for the sequel, which he had nothing to do with, but I still wanted the sequel, and there it is. The Killing Grounds.
Oh yeah.
Ice Cream Man with Clint Howard.
Mm-hmm.
The Other Side. Looks like Anaya, just right there. Night Feeders,
Mm-hmm.
which I've heard of, and Within the Rock, which is like an Alien ripoff, which I really like.
I know that one.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it's yeah, and it's. But then they do their DVDs like this. Come on, guys, really? Now you're scratching the top, dumbasses. And then the last one I already owned, but because it was a steelbook, I picked it up. It's only $4.99, surprisingly, which is Hannibal.
Nice.
So yeah, I already own the deluxe edition on DVD, but whenever I find a film that I really like and it's got the case, I pick it up, especially if it's cheap. And so this is that collector's 2-disc edition that you could get, which is the best version if you like Hannibal to get. I know this is sacrilege. I actually like Hannibal better than Silence of the Lambs. So to me, it's the best Hannibal movie out there. I know I could be crucified for that, but yeah. So those are my last 10. There we go.
Well, it's kind of cool because, being out there in the West, you seem to have access to different stuff than me and Jonathan do. Jonathan and I are only about a half hour apart. So our picks sometimes overlap because we're usually hitting similar sources, and, his Dollar Tree is not that different than my Dollar Tree. But it sounds like you're getting a lot of different stuff than what we're picking up over here.
Yeah. That's one of the things I missed about being in the West, was going to the different Dollar Trees and finding.
Oh yeah. And remember, that was one of the things you and I did when we drove over there. We, even when on the way there, everywhere we stopped, we would look for stinky movies or cheap movies or movies, because we knew that the dollar stores back home are not going to be the same dollar stores, in the Midwest or anywhere else. West Coast, it's all going to have different stuff, and you never know till you go there and look.
That's why I also like watching everybody's pickup videos from different Dollar Trees and stuff, because everybody lives everywhere, so you never know.
Yes,
so,
we do.
All right. So these are my last 10. And so I'll preface this by saying that, yes, January 12th was my birthday. So I got money for my birthday. And instead of saving my money, which I should have done, I went and blew it all on stinky movies, because I didn't get any stinky movies for Christmas. So I might as well have bought them for my birthday. Because nobody buys me stinky movies for my birthday or Christmas or whatever, because they have no idea what I do or don't have.
Exactly. We figure you've already got everything.
Yeah. So you don't buy me much movies or whatever, unless I don't have it for fact. So the first one is a couple that Eric Sputic got me. So basically I paid $8 for one movie and he sent me another one as a, thing. So the one I bought is a movie that he acted in called Dead Clowns.
Nice.
It's directed by Steve Sessions and stars, Jeff Dylan Graham, Debbie Rochon, Robin Griggs, Kimberly Lynn Cole, Eric Sputic, and Brink Stevens.
Yay, you gotta love a good zombie clown movie.
I gotta check it out. I remember I did rent it from like Netflix once, and I just don't really remember it. So I'm gonna check it out again. I'm excited. Next, he gave me this, and it's in a slip. Whatever, he didn't give me an actual DVD, but it's called Horror Planet, and the original movie was called like Insectoid or something, or
Insimunoid.
That's got a couple of interesting scenes in that.
He sent me that and I was like, I've never heard of this, and I looked it up and I was like, okay, sounds
it's in
go ahead.
In America it was Horror Planet, and it's a British film, and then in the UK it was Insimunoid. And it didn't do that great over here because it's more intellectual, I guess, than just a monster going around killing people. So, but it's pretty good. I liked it.
It's intellectual, except for one or two creepy, freaking cringy scenes.
That's the Brits for you.
There you go.
All right. The next movie I just watched today for the first time, and I'm really excited, and I can't wait. Can't wait to maybe someday do this. It might be a while, but Dead Season, directed
Oh, I
by
want that. Yeah.
Ron Ford, and stars Randall Malone and Joe Estevez and a couple other people. And Joe Estevez there's only one scene in Joe Estevez has, and it's a pretty great scene, and it's a lot of fun. All right. So
yeah, SOV horror. Give a shout out to SOV horror.
SOV horror, yes. Tony Micello, and we love him.
Yeah,
and we love supporting what he does. So next is another Trauma David Hebner movie, and it wasn't directed by him though. It was directed by William Bryan Hillman, but it stars David Hebner, Charlene Tilton, Samantha Egger, and Sam Bottoms, and it's called Ragin' Cajun. And
I know of it. Yes.
Yes, it's David Hebner as a boxer or whatever, and stuff. So my plan was to buy all the David Hebner movies this year. Like, that's a plan, as many as I can this year, at least, if not all of them. Then another one I got because I was friends with this guy on Facebook, and then I guess he deleted me because I don't remember deleting him. But it's okay. It's okay, because I did mention I got the movie and, whatnot. Maybe he just had too many friends and he doesn't really know me, understandable. But it's Dead Kansas it's
dude, he deleted me too.
Yeah. And it was a Dead Kansas and An Hour to Kill. And Aaron K. Carter. An Hour to Kill actually stars Mel Novak, who we know from the Dustin Ferguson movies now, and Game of Death. And let's see, Veronica Ricci's in it as well. And then Dead Kansas has Erwin Keyes, Juliette Danielle from The Room. What's her name? Lisa.
Lisa.
Yes. And Joe McQueen's in both, and so I'm excited. I can't wait to actually watch both of these movies and whatnot. Even though I don't know why Aaron K. Carter deleted both of us. Whatever.
I don't know either. It was Philip Tricky, who I guess I'm still friends with. I'm not really sure at this point, but he's friends with him. I guess he's talked to him a couple times. And he goes, "Hey, John, you should get this movie called Dead Kansas." And I saw that Oldies got it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I ordered it because also there's a channel that's on YouTube that talked about that, A Time to Kill. And he did like a short review on that because I guess he's friends with the guy. And so I thought, oh, cool, I'll pick it up. And I messaged him, and it kind of sounds like the same thing with you. I went, "Hey, dude, I got your movie. Can't wait to watch it." Next thing I know, unfriended or whatever it was, I don't know. And it's like, oh,
it was the exact opposite,
okay.
though, because I noticed like I wasn't friends with them anymore, and I was like, and I thought it might have been because I didn't buy his movie before or something. I don't know, but I don't think it was. I think it's I don't know. Maybe he has too many friends and he wants to just keep more things more.
These filmmakers,
really
they're touchy people. But I do want to give big ups out there to oldies.com because they have all the great Conrad Brooks movies, and by great I mean terrible.
And so that's actually, thank you. That's a good segue. Because so Dead Kansas and Ragin' Cajun were both oldies.coms, as well as my next 5 movies, or 6 movies. And they were, they're actually more than that because they're doubles. And that's what oldies.com has, a lot of doubles of things. But yes, speaking of Conrad Brooks, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into that. So Jangel 1 and 2, which I just finished the second one last night, and good God, and I did reviews of them on Letterboxd. They are pretty bad, but they're a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
And Joel,
I used to have many conversations with Conrad Brooks, long time ago, like 2000, I think it was 2000, 2001. I used to talk to him a lot on the phone. Yeah.
Well, Joel Wynkoop, I messaged him after I saw it because he was in part 2, and I messaged him about it, and then ended up becoming a producer on his next. You and me, John, are producers on his next Craigland movie or whatever. I guess.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, I did get money for it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I bought the new one, so that would be on my next haul. The first one. I bought the first one. That'll be on my next haul. But I also said, hey, you'll be a producer on this third one. I was like, all right, sure. But anyway, he said that Conrad Brooks, basically for the Jangel movie he was in, they just told him the situation of what to say, and then he just kind of did it. There was no script. It was just kind of, just do it. So
what a surprise.
I love that sometimes because, whatever. It's just hey, this is, guerrilla filmmaking at its finest.
I mean, what you don't need to have the greatest writer in the world for a movie called Jangel.
Yeah. The Beast from the East and the Beast Returns.
Come on.
So next I got Hillbilly Monster, which is son of Jangel.
Oh,
and
it's so bad.
Also has Grandparents from Outer Space. So
I got those. Yep.
Got
and
those
then
too.
The Gypsy Vampire, and the Saturn Avenger versus the Terror Planet.
Yep.
Those just sound fun.
Got it.
I know you do. Then I've got Night of the Fools and Gypsy Vampire's Revenge.
Nice.
And Night of the Fools we're gonna do as a short film because it's does not have Conrad Brooks, but it is in the vein of Ed Wood, and it's as if the inspiration to Plan 9 was given to Ed Wood by actual aliens or something, which, to be honest, the short film isn't that great, but it's fun, it's cute. So Gypsy Vampire 3, Freaky Vampire, and our movie that we watched, Paul, for what was it? I think it was radio. Was it the Indie Film Cafe Patreon only? It was Transylvania Police Monster Squad, which is just goofy as fuck.
Goofy as fuck.
I love
that one. Yeah.
And then last but not least is not a Conrad Brooks thing, but I got this from oldies.com as well because I saw 3 movies on one pack and I thought, why not? It's got Blood Gnome, which I've heard is terrible.
Oh yeah.
Satan's Little Helper, which I've heard is actually pretty good. And Eric Spudik actually told me he tried to go out for a role in that, and sadly didn't have enough money to fly out there. And Spliced, which I want to see. So
nice.
Spliced is good. I used to have that collection. Yeah.
3 of those, but not in one collection.
Yeah. So it's just
great.
It just narrows it down right there. By the way, if you guys want to go to oldies.com and get the Conrad Brooks collection right now, they have it on sale for $20 for all 5 movies of those movies. I was an idiot.
Oh, wow.
I was an idiot and bought them all separately, not realizing they were, whatever.
See, I already have just about all of them separately. There are a couple I don't, so it's kind of makes no sense to buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's one movie coming to me. It's supposed to be coming tomorrow. But I don't think so. The mail always is a little off sometimes when they say it, but if it comes tomorrow, great. But it's the last Gypsy Vampire movie. And I realized, oh shit, I didn't have that. So I had to go buy that. Because, if you're going to have it, you're going to have the whole collection,
Yeah. I own all of those. Yeah. I have a whole shelf just of oldies, and most of them are Conrad Brooks or Ted V. Michaels. So
nice.
they're and I just did a big order through oldies because I noticed a lot of their films are really cheap.
Well,
so
thank you for
$5 or under.
Thank you for telling me that Ted V. Michaels is. By the way, I want to point this out. Dead Season has the killer is Ted Newsom, the director of what was that? He directed the Naked Naked something. That
Naked
just sounds
Walrus?
no.
I should know this.
Naked
Um,
Monster, and a bunch of other movies, but he acted in it and was wonderful. And sadly, he passed away in, I believe, 2020, in July of
Oh.
2020. So it's sad, but I thought he was wonderful in Dead Season, and I can't wait to actually buy some of his movies as well. So, all right, Paul, you're take it away. You're the last.
All right, the last but not the least. And we are starting off with a movie that is based on a comic book series, and it stars Eric Roberts and Bill Oberst Jr. and Mindy Robinson, and it's called Immortal Wars Resurgence.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
yes.
You need the first Mortal Wars. Do you have the first one? You don't have
I do.
Oh, okay, you do. Okay.
Yep.
I am in the third and the fourth one. Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we have an Echo Bridge movie, and it is Alex Villaret's Doll Face.
Ah.
Cool.
Written and directed by Steve Paul.
Nice.
Yep. And next, we have a very odd film. I think it's Chinese, but I'm not 100% sure, or Indonesian, but it's called Woman in the Woods. Oh, it's Filipino. Okay. Gotcha.
Filipino.
Yeah. And you gotta love
Is that a gorilla behind her?
Yes, it is.
Yay.
Some kind of weird giant monster movie, Woman in the Woods kind of thing.
Yeah, gorillas just hang out in the woods, all the time.
As you do.
Yeah, I never knew a gorilla to be in the woods. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're in the mist.
Wouldn't they be in a jungle?
They
are.
All right.
Next, we have another, I think this is a Russian film, and it's called Dark Water.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got a bunch of Ruskies in there, which is cool. There's a lot of stuff going on over there at this time. This one looks very interesting. It's from the folks who wrote one of the X-Men movies and The Watchmen. And it's got your buddy Jason Momoa in there, and it is called Wolves.
I wish you were my buddy.
Ah.
Yeah. I wish I was just hanging out with Jason Momoa. You know how many girls flock to that dude? But I like him in Game of Thrones.
Nice thing is about him is that he actually seems like a nice guy. He's not like a douchebag that all these women go to, that he's supposed to be really nice.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. Next, we have a movie that I had not heard of before, but maybe you guys have, that look good. American Zombieland.
I think I've heard of it. I don't know much about it,
Yeah, I got a lot of these at American Zombieland is one I want to check out. They're like making a movie and then the zombie apocalypse happens.
Nice.
From what the back says.
Sounds like
Timing
fun.
is everything.
Yeah.
Next we have is a crazy, stupid, stinky, Inferno movie, and it's Inferno Skyscraper Escape.
Yay.
Wow.
That's
a title.
I think that is Asylum, if I'm correct.
And Claire Forlani, of all people, is in there. I love Claire Forlani.
Wait. Is that Asylum? Look at the back.
I'm almost positive. No, High Octane Plus.
Oh. And Claire Forlani is in that? Oh, boy.
I know.
Man, she, I guess Harvey
Somebody
Weinstein,
needed to pay their rent.
Harvey Weinstein really screwed her over.
Oh, don't say that. Makes me feel bad. Next is a movie we all pretty much know, and I finally got a copy of it, and it's Oculus.
Oh, yeah.
Love Oculus. Yep,
Yeah,
Mike Flanagan.
Movie.
Yes.
My favorite director right now.
I know. John and I talked about that on what is it? When we did one of Mike's movies before for horror film lovers. We did what's the one we did? The one with the boy who dreams or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Not Lights Out. Yeah. He dreams and like butterflies pop up or monsters pop up.
My brain is not. Yeah, but it's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
And so there you go.
The guy has done no wrong. Done no wrong at all. Every film he makes is good.
Yep.
Okay, for my last two, this one is one that is supposed to be really, really good. I've heard good things about it, and it's called Emily, The Babysitter is here. I don't know
Oh.
if you know that one. Sarah
Don't know that
Bolger's in that.
one.
Mm.
Into the Badlands.
Whenever I see just a girl's name or something, I think it's a doll movie. Because have you ever noticed that? Like Annabelle and
Yeah,
Chucky.
there's an Emily doll movie too.
Oh, okay, good guy.
And finally, our buddy Mr. Creepo, we has another movie, and we finally have it, and it is Blood-Sucking Vampire Freaks.
Oh God, did you
I
watch
know.
this movie already?
Of course. Yeah, I know you're a big
You-
Mr.
you-
Creepo fan.
You said, who's Creepo? Who's he? I don't know this movie.
Oh God. So Mr. Creepo put out some seriously low budget movies. One of which we covered. I know we're going to end up doing Barely Legal Lesbian Vampires, The Curse of Ed Wood. That we're going to cover that one too. And we will most likely cover Blood-Sucking Vampire Freaks at some point too, because they're terrible.
Which
I'm
was
sorry,
the
Mr.
one that
Did-
it was it hasn't come out yet for What the Fuck Friday.
Right, that's why I
But
wasn't gonna...
yeah, but I'll mention it right now. Fuck it. Because get ready because in what is it? Next, I think it's this month or so. It comes out February, yeah, and it is Skin Eating Jungle Vampires. And it was most bizarre thing. So I'll explain this real quick for John since he's not aware. But Paul and I were doing What the Fuck Friday, and he had a whole tape full of different
Thumb drive
full of different movies. And I was like, let's pick a movie that has a weird fucking title. And so we were just looking up them, and he was like, speaking of weird fucking title, how about Skin Eating Vampire or in the Jungle or something? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I was shocked at this movie. And, so of course I picked her name was Krista, and then he gives me Skin Eating Jungle Vampires.
Well, like I said, I've been dying to do the Mr. Creepo movies. I've been wanting to do the Barely Legal Lesbian Vampire one first on Indie Film Cafe because it's even worse than Skin Eating Jungle Vampires. But I was like, oh, what the heck? It'll be on two different shows. It'll be fine. So to get the final movie in the Mr. Creepo trilogy, I'm pretty pleased with that.
Sadly, Mr. Creepo has passed away, and we miss him already.
So his name is Mr. Creepo. I thought you were being sarcastic, like Harvey Weinstein would be Mr. Creepo.
No.
So
No,
his name is Mr. Creepo.
He was Mr. Creepo before Harvey Weinstein was.
Yeah, he
Okay.
He was a director who did a couple movies. He only did 3 movies, but he acted in a bunch and he's produced a few. And he that's not his real name, obviously. It's just what he goes by.
It's his Christian name. It's on his birth certificate.
It's
just simply says Mr. Creepo.
He's from that group of low micro budget underground New York City directors, that puts out all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah.
From Andy Milligan on up.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I guess right now, instead of doing a whole other video on the update, we'll just give you guys updates. There's not really much going on right now as far as things going. So we'll just fill you in. That was the last year haul, right?
That's it.
Okay. So we'll go right into the updates and just have it on this one video and everything. I think that's fair. So basically, since we have John on here, we can mention that John has been helping us out with a lot of stuff and reviews after midnight. You've been on Indie Film Cafe a couple times. You did 31 Days of Indie Horror with me already. I mean, you've been you're kind of my go-to person if I need somebody. I know you're gonna,
which I appreciate and will always do.
Yeah, so I'm like,
and it's great because I don't have all the time in the world. Although things are starting to loosen up a little bit for me now that I'm no longer unpacking and moving and all that stuff.
Yeah, so Paul does have a little bit more time, but he also likes his downtime if he can have that. So with me, I like to keep myself busy and keep doing these things. Sadly, this past week I've been past couple weeks I've been sick, so I haven't really been doing a lot of stuff. In fact, I've been pushing things, a lot because I just haven't been feeling too well. I'm going to start getting back to the groove of things because today is going to be my first day, like back into the real world, and everything. So I'm kind of happy about that. But anyway, and I don't know if I had COVID or not. A lot of people, I did not get myself checked. I should have, but I did not. And then it was too late by the time I thought about checking myself. I was like, even if I have it, you know what I mean? Like I'm already almost done, with it. So I'll, whatever.
But you stayed home, so
I stayed home and quarantined
thing.
myself. Yeah, I didn't go out, and I Zoomed everything. If I was supposed to meet up with somebody or whatever, I just Zoomed. It was much easier actually. But that's not how I want. What?
Spreading that Zoom COVID around.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's going airborne. Who knows where it's out?
Digital COVID.
Digital COVID. But anyway, so it's been.
Oh God! Don't say that. Somebody will make an Amityville film out of it.
Yeah, I see Dustin Ferguson already scribbling down the idea.
But anyway, so like.
Or Sean C. Phillips these days.
Oh yeah, he's doing a lot of Amityville stuff too. I'm actually kind of excited to see a couple of his films. When they come out.
G. Larry Butler's in them.
I know. I'm like,
awesome.
I love it. I love G. Larry just getting all that work. Makes me proud. Speaking of which, we're gonna be recording the first Hooked on a Hitchcock episode coming up in February. So we're gonna be bringing that back. I think his daughter's gonna be joining us for that. You might remember his daughter Bonnie from Little Stinkers or from watching John Johnson's Shadowhunters, which I should not have watched with a little child, awkward
TNA aplenty there.
Yeah, sex and TNA and violence, and shit. And for like a 13-year-old girl watching it with her father and her father's friend, it was a little awkward. And I was at first, I was like, you want me to, like, I have my van, I could go run out and grab another movie from my van, and she was like, no, it's okay, I'll watch. And I was like, and it just got even more cringy. She did not talk much in that review. But anyway, then I showed her something that was a little better, but she was actually, once again, she was kind of bored by it. So I don't know how she feels about these movies necessarily. Anyway.
She's probably got to feel better than some of the movies I sent her for Little Stinkers.
Oh, God, yes, they were pretty bad. You showed us a couple of those movies too.
I know, they're wonderful.
Oh God! So you like to torture
Blood and Balloon
everybody.
Land, baby.
Or the Santa Claus and meets the Easter Bunny, or whatever, some ice cream
bunny.
I'm sorry, ice cream bunny. Ugh,
get your heroes correct, please.
Yes, I will. But anyway, Paul, you and I are still doing Indie Film Cafe, and we've got a bunch already logged and done, and we just did the first 3. So that are already out, and then the next.
We're doing more episodes.
Yeah, we're doing 3 episodes a month. So we've got 3 that's already been out. 3 that are already coming out. That are already like ready to go for February. Then March, I think we got 1 left to do, but like then we've got 2 others already done, and like we're just getting shit done. So
yeah, I'm gonna try and do some editing tonight, as a matter of fact.
Good. And then what else? The website's being updated, so that's good. John, you've got Reviews After Midnight. You've got, I think we did 1 episode of Indie Film Cafe, which I'm sure you'll be on at least another one or so. No, I know you'll be in another one. We've already talked about it. One that you're going to be on for a future episode of Indie Film Cafe. So John's going to be back. Madeline Deering, I'm sure, will be back because, she's also somebody I can always count on. And then I'm recording.
Especially if it's a stinky shark movie.
it's a stinky shark movie. She's probably already seen it, so or whatever.
That's all right.
John, myself, and her did for Shark Attack Sunday. We did 90210 Shark Attack. That was fun.
Ah,
That was not fun. That was terrible.
ah.
That was one of the
Yeah.
worst.
Hey, Moody, what's going on with Mark V. Valenti's show on YouTube?
So, and sadly, I don't know what happened exactly, but apparently one of his things went against the YouTube rules and regulations or whatever. And
Like what?
I don't know. And
They're just,
he
interviewing
doesn't
people.
maybe honestly a lot of what I've been hearing, and we actually got to be very careful. We mentioned the word already, so we might be in trouble. But the C word,
Oh, for crying out loud.
yes, just saying it now
That's so stupid.
on YouTube can get you in some serious trouble. So it's weird. I don't know.
I've said it a few times, but I guess you're supposed to refer to it as like the unspecified virus of unknown origin coming from a specific country, is how you're supposed to refer to it on YouTube.
That's ridiculous.
I might have to edit this, because I don't
think so.
Trouble. What?
I don't, did we say it?
I did.
I did too. Yeah. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I really wouldn't worry about it. I mean, it's. I don't know. I wouldn't worry about it. They say you're not supposed to swear on YouTube, and I swear all the time.
Oh hell yeah, we do that all the time.
Well, no. What are you talking about? You're not supposed to swear on YouTube.
People bleep it out now. I've come across them. They say, yeah, we can't swear, and then when they do swear, they bleep it.
That's weird.
Well, the problem is that there's so much disinformation spread by the likes of Joe Rogan and people like that the only way YouTube can handle it is the lazy dad way, which is to say, if anybody says the C word, we're just going to flag you, and rather than just pay extra people to go and be moderators, God forbid that. It's not like they're making no money or anything.
Well,
so the lazy dad rules apply, and that's what's screwing everybody over.
It's the same thing with Facebook. I get in trouble for saying "kill" on Facebook, and I'm usually I'm not threatening anybody. I'm usually saying something like repeating somebody or you know what I mean, like whatever. Or it's horror, talk or whatever. And so I say that person killed that person. All of a sudden I get flagged because their moderators are bots and they see that word and they just automatically put me in jail. So anytime that I've been in jail has literally been because I keep forgetting to watch my language with that shit. So
that's ridiculous. And the last time I got in Facebook jail was 30 days, man. That was harsh.
That was for putting up nudity, dude. That was
no. That was the time before that. That was a week.
Okay. Oh, the nudity was a week. Oh my god.
Yeah, goodness. And that was like the briefest nudity. Come on.
Yeah. No.
I got excited because Bai Ling gave me one of her really cool autographed pictures, which had a little bit of boobage.
Yeah.
Well, that's why when I was doing one of my videos for Sleazebox, their covers have nudity all over them. So I would have to do this, okay, so this is their next movie that I'm reviewing, and you could barely see the cover because I'm covering up all the nakedness on it.
Yeah,
and then if I wanted to show the back, I'd be like, okay, so here you go. There's the back, and YouTube let it on. So every once in a while, you got that glimpse of a butt, but they let it go through. So
I mean, there's plenty of movies with nudity on YouTube if you look for it. It's just moderators haven't caught it yet.
Well, no, it's more like I don't think it's moderators that are looking for this. A lot of times, it's people flagging the videos because it's got nudity in it and stuff.
That's so stupid.
It's stupid. It's like our society is dumb. If you're mad about a video being up on YouTube that has nudity, then I think your life, then I think your life is pretty pathetic because, whatever. So, anywho, I may have to edit it because I'm too afraid that the C word is not, is one of the things that people get flagged about. I don't know, but I know that his show got flagged for some reason, and went against their code of conduct or something. And
yeah, from what I have read though, most of the time when this happens, it's for shows that are monetized. That if you're not monetized, they tend to not give a shit. And so for the moment, we're not monetized by anybody.
Because I have said it. I've said it when I've shown a movie is I'll say, oh yeah, here's a film that was supposed to come out 2 years ago. It got delayed because of, and then I would say the word, and they haven't done anything to me.
Right.
So.
And then the other thing is we don't, it's not like in our title, it's not in our description. It's not going to be a problem.
Okay. Well,
I don't think it is.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So people say things and whatever. So I don't know what happened. That kind of sucks that his, I think it might be a really good thing if he knows what he did wrong, or whatever, that he can fix that video, and then he can hopefully re-upload them as Brain Burrow show and hopefully get back his subscription base.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that some moderator level-headed moderator just says, okay, this is not spreading disinformation. This just has the word in it and it's not a big deal, and just lets it back on.
Well, it might have been. He does go into things, that are a little bit more serious, and stuff. And maybe there might have been a thing where somebody mentioned that stuff and might not be disinformation. It might be information about that person, but be viewed as something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. He didn't really go into any details about it. I mean, it could even be something completely unrelated. We just don't know.
We don't know. But we know that his show did get kicked off YouTube, absolutely, and we don't want that to happen for Indie Film Cafe, because we've worked really hard for since 2017 or 2018, I think, is when the YouTube stuff started. So I mean, we've been 4 years of doing this and everything, and we absolutely love being a part of.
And he's a good guy, community. And you hate to see that happen to his show. And I don't know about you, Mr. Moody, but I was hoping someday he'd interview one of us. I think that'd be fun.
I will tell you later who we will be interviewing soon. That is part of our crew. So
yay.
He's a great guy. Maybe he'll. I don't know. Me and him are just too good of friends too. It's so weird, because we talk all the time, and just like John, we have Mark DeValenti on the shows all the time. I can always count on him to kind of come in. So
he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. So there's that. What else? I know we brought back All About Acting as a new podcast. It used to have another host, but the new host is Jenny Spain. And our first episode was with Jackie Hall, and it was not about acting, really. There's only a little bit about acting. The rest.
Do you expect her to stay on topic?
Well, no, it was all of us. We all went off topic. We just started talking about other stuff. So it was kind of fun. It was a fun way to bring back the show. But yeah, probably the next time will be a little bit more about acting. And then, but I love having Jenny as my co-host. She's sweet. And I want to get her. We got to get her on for one of the shows, either What the Fuck Friday or for the Patreon only, and have her do Dead Girl with us, because, she can actually give us some information about it and everything. So, because she was Dead Girl. Right. Have you seen that, John? Have you seen Dead Girl yet?
Maybe.
It's about a naked zombie chick who was like,
there's some cringe to it, that's for sure.
She was in a like a high school basement or something. So the high school kids like paid people to basically fuck her.
I want to say I saw a film called Dead Girl, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to say any reason of why I'm not sure if I saw it or not, especially if you're friends with the people. So I'm not sure. Maybe. Okay. I'm not sure.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So Jenny's with us. Let's see, what else have we been doing? Horror film lovers, and we've got a horror film lovers YouTube page. We'll start getting more videos coming starting February. So get ready for that.
And haven't you been putting up some nice little TikTok stuff for some of our shows as well?
Yes, we've been doing the TikToks for both horror film lovers, which has, a TikTok, for Indie Film Cafe as a TikTok, Echo Lake Universe has a TikTok, and I personally have a TikTok. So there's 4 TikToks there. Paul has a TikTok as well as his own.
I don't do much with it, but every now and again.
Not yet. I'm sure you might get into it more later. John, I know you don't have a TikTok, so
I do, but it's probably deactivated. I think I've used it once. Somebody said you should get on it, but no, Facebook, of course, Instagram and
YouTube,
Twitter. So
I had this idea of doing 2-minute reviews for TikToks, which I thought would be kind of fun.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do it. We just need to start getting things more organized on that part, but it's just like, I've just got to get all these other things done. I've started coming back and bringing back Indie Corner Radio. And so that's fun. I've been interviewing people on that. We did one interview so far for Indie Film Cafe Spotlight. We were supposed to do one from February. I do not think there will be one for February, but it's fine because we'll have a really good guest for March. So we'll make sure that whoever it is for March makes up for not having one in February, and I have a feeling I know who I'm going to have on the show that will definitely be a good one. So after that, what else? I'm trying to think of as far as Sick Flick Productions goes, there's nothing going on right now. We're taking a break because,
it's winter.
It's winter. There's not really much to shoot. We are thinking in the spring we'll do some more TikToks.
I don't have any heat in my house at the moment, although hopefully next week that'll get solved. But it's been nuts the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. And then and then summer and fall we'll be shooting stuff. So we'll be back, but those are the better times in the East Coast.
But some of the stuff that we did earlier, that's still being worked on, right?
Yes, it's still being edited. In fact, actually Chris Roll, our editor, is happy that we're taking a little bit of a break because now he gets to focus on the editing of the projects that we're doing. So, and Screen Queen Campfire, we're planning on having a October release date for that. So we're really excited for that.
Excellent.
So John, what have you been up to with your Dark Park? I keep wanting to call it Deer Park, but I keep thinking that's water. So, Dark Park,
Yeah, Dark Park Films. So the YouTube channel would be John Ward at darkparkfilms.com is the official title of it. But there's I try to do the 3 videos each week. That's going to slow down while I get more into production on like Delete, Aximus 3 and 4 and some other stuff that I have to do because backers demand it. And but I did there is a new one film, one filmmaker on Wednesday. So that's with Troy Jones, who did The Wicked One, which is a pretty cool slasher film. So we talked for just a little over 2 hours. And then I thought of doing, because you guys always inspire me, of having a couple different things on there. Like I want to do the ... from Hell movies. So it would basically be like The Roommate, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Single White Female, The Temp, The Crush, stuff like that. And then I want to look at some individual actors, and Nick Cage is the main guy. So I almost want to have like a whole shelf of just Nick Cage. Nice. And just keep popping them down as I go through each one. Try to think of some interesting name, Nickasm instead of like, orgasm would be like Nickasm or something like that. So just trying to think of different things like that to do. just different, try to think of something interesting with it. So, that's pretty much what's going on there, but I got to get going on film production.
Yeah, and I was going to ask about that. Is there any chance someday that maybe we could get all the Axmas on a Blu-ray release with commentary and all kinds of stuff?
The idea with the Axmas stuff is it's Screen Time Films, and so far he hasn't done that's Todd Cook. He hasn't done Blu-ray yet, but I'm trying to talk him into it that we're going to release 1 through 4 individually. And then part 4 is, if you've ever seen it, Sleepaway Camp. You know how it's in that box set and it's got 1, 2, 3, and then you got that DVD, kind of like what Jonathan just showed, where it's just in like the white slip for part 4. It's like a bonus disc. I want to do that type of thing. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, and then it'd have its own box set, and then you get that as a separate thing to go along with it. We're going to do one film with all 4 movies connected, and I want to see about getting somebody to, like, a known name, to do it. Maybe somebody from one of the Silent Night, Deadly Night films, maybe as to do the wraparound, and then awesome. It would be linked together that way. But yeah, Blu-ray will happen eventually. If it doesn't, then I may just have to go with somebody else. But yeah, and then Joe Luhan, who you just showed one of his films, The Immortal Wars. We're going to be doing, hopefully, fingers crossed, because we actually just talked about it today. Axmas Meets Rust, which is his slasher series. So.
And I was going to ask, do you have any any short films that revolve around the Axmas series that I don't know, characters or other people or similar sort of things that you might be able to package into something like that as well?
Not really. Pretty. Whenever one is released, I try to do something different with it. So each audio. So like Brad Twigg will release a version of it, and then Todd Cook will release one version. So the audio commentary that Brad has is different from the one that Todd has.
Nice.
So I try to do different stuff so people aren't wasting money if they decide to get it from one or the other. The only thing that I'm trying to get is they're on those mini cassettes, I think they're 8 cassettes or mini MV cassettes, whatever they were. And it has the original test footage of Axmas from 30 years ago.
Wow. So
a completely different movie. And I did test footage around Marin County at Christmas with my grandparents and my mother and some guests at a dinner table. I went out and shot, the rain and the snow and Christmas stuff all over the shopping centers. And it was Super 8. And and that's on there. Yeah. That tells you how long ago it was.
Wow.
And if I can get that, I still have it. I still have all those little mini DV tapes. That will be a special feature, but it's a matter of getting it off of that and, onto the computer.
Well, just saying, when you start casting for Axmas 5, you can count on us to come fly on out to Las Vegas and join in.
Well, we're already planning Axmas 5. We already have a writer. That's David C. Hayes. And
Nice.
He reached out to me and said that he wants to write it. He goes, he doesn't want to direct it. He just wants to write it. So whoever ends up directing it, there is a writer already in place. And that's something that they have to accept. That's a promise I made to David. So David and I are friends. He asked if he could do it. I'm honored for him to do it. So he's already in place as the writer. He's just waiting for me to get the other 2 done so that he knows what to write.
Nice. Well, I'm excited for you, dude. That sounds like
Thank you.
A lot of stuff going on right now, which is great.
And Axmas 3 is going to be brutal. I've already talked to Miranda, my effects artist, about cutting somebody in half. Other stuff like that. What can we do to make this even more violent than the last one? So.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, there you go.
Axe me again.
Yes. Well, I guess I guess, Paul, you really don't have anything going on right now, right? Like as far as
No.
all the stuff except for the Indie Film Cafe or What the Fuck Friday.
Other
or
than, I'm still searching to get a local person to do the Forgotten Horror Classics with me. I am starting to do some of the Sexploitation Sleazecast, sort of waiting for that later release, but I figure we can get some of that work done ahead of time.
Mhm.
And then, just other ideas of other shows just keep blossoming in my head because I can't stop it. So
I know
and it-
we want to do an extreme show at some point.
yeah,
Extreme
yeah,
movie.
yeah, yeah.
But that's, I mean, that'll depend on when we can get Kate Phoenix out here to do it with us, because she'll be for the host for that, co-host for that. So we'll
Still got to do our Stinkathon with Angel Bradford at some point, and we're kind of
I was
backlogged.
mad about that because because I mean, not it wasn't her fault, but I'm mad that it didn't work out because I bought that fucking onesie and I'm excited to show it off and I can't show it off. Oh my
Oh
god!
yeah,
There's
Onesie-
something I have never thought I would hear.
Onesie Stinkathon party. Come on, how could you not like that?
It was gonna be fun. We would videotape some of it. We would and put that shit on TikTok. I mean, why not? I mean, like.
Oh, and John, you should see some of these movies too, man. I'm telling you. I don't know if you've ever seen Fun in Balloon Land or Santa Claus Meets the Ice Cream Bunny, but you need to see some of these movies. They're just.
I know Santa Claus Meets the Ice Cream Bunny because there's like Riff Tracks has done a thing on it, and some other people have done some stuff on it. So the Riff Tracks now does those really weird movies these days. That's what
they
they're.
did both of
Snob,
them.
too.
Yeah.
Cinema Snob too.
Yeah.
Red Letter Media does like probably I don't know, some of the lesser known movies too, or whatever. But we've done some of them for like Short Film Saturday.
Yeah, and they have done a lot of the movies that I have in my list, my big long giant list of stuff, that's coming out. Same thing with Riff Tracks. They're just doing oh God, what is it? God, something beast that it's been sitting in my list that I've been waiting to do because I have it and it's terrible, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. And they jumped ahead of us.
I'm telling you,
what are
man.
gonna do?
If we have 4 movies a month, we could probably get more of them done. But
we get a wealthy patron.
Yeah, if we since we got 3 a month already, and you've been actually doing pretty damn good on the 3 a
trying.
month. Yeah, you've been kicking ass. I'm actually pretty happy about that because I was worried that I'd be going and I am going along a little quicker than you are, but I've got a little bit more time than you do. So, but you've been, Zoom's been really helping us out, and
Absolutely.
and being able, but I know you like doing a lot more in the studio as well. So we're going to try to get more.
Winter Beast. That's it. I couldn't remember the name of it, but yeah, that's been one I've been wanting.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, good isn't terrible, but fun.
Well, the claymation is great in that. The film's awful, but the claymation is great.
Sounds a little like Alien Beasts,
Oh, it's not.
That was
quite...
an awesome movie.
Yeah, it's not quite Alien Beast, but yeah, it's just it's amazing.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you once again to John. Thank you, Paul. This has been a great episode. It's been one of our longest episodes. Having us do the update as well actually really helped.
Combo.
Yeah, it's a combo, and I think that's how we're going to end up doing the rest because we did split it up before, but I think we don't need to do that. Just one big long video, and you get it for the whole month. So
there you go. People like them when they're big and long.
That's what she said.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what Dustin said too. All right. Anyway.
What?
All right. I'm done. We're done for today.
Poor Dustin, his vertigo. Come on, give him a break.
Okay, we're done. All right.
I don't think that's the Dustin he's referring to, though.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, let's wrap this up. Okay, thank you guys. Join us next month for a brand new review, and also join us on the think we've got man eaters coming out soon again. And we got a bunch of other stuff coming. So we've got plenty of content for you guys to consume. So thank you guys for checking this out. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.